What's up, everybody? What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. Welcome to the Sunday Night Debacle, and I am your host, Alfredo Torres. God, I missed you guys. Last week was WrestleMania weekend, so that was my anniversary with my darling wife, who I'm waiting to log on to make sure that I am getting through to you guys. I realize that some of you guys watch this on repeat, so I got to jump in. I can't be going, hey, am I on? Is this working? So I just got to jump into it. The wife will let me know when it's on. Happy anniversary, by the way, honey. Mwah. I love you. So, of course, there she is. Now I can get rolling here. Now I can get rolling knowing that I'm going through and that you guys are receiving me loud and clear. So I have got an incredible topic today. But before I get to it, I want to make sure you guys go ahead, hit the like. It doesn't have to be a like. It just has to be a reaction. So that I know that you guys are out there. Today's topic is going to be a lot of fun. I think so anyway. It's going to involve a lot of singing on my part, a lot of singing from you guys at home. And what it is, you understand what it is, what it was, what it always will be, is going to be song lyrics. But not just any song lyrics. It's the beginning song lyrics. The song lyrics that happen at the beginning of a song that grab you, that grasp you, that bring you in. Okay? Yeah, we know a lot of songs start with music, and the music's great, but we also know that if the lyrics don't grab you, that you're not going to do anything. You're going to change the song, you're going to just go fade away. I'm talking about the lyrics that as soon as you hear them, bam, you jump on them. You got to let the song play. You keep singing. You keep going along, and that's what this is all about. So it's those kinds of song lyrics. I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds. Make sure, again, that as you're checking in, that you're ready to be a part of this. You say hi, drop a comment in the comment box, and make sure that you like, just like it. Like the video, or hate it, or laugh at it. Do whatever you want. Just give me a reaction so I know you're here. Real quick, during the, we're doing, what do we call it? Do some housekeeping, right? So I said happy anniversary to my wonderful, beautiful, incredible wife. And so happy anniversary, honey, to you. And I'm going to also send out a special happy birthday to my daughter, Gabriella, my monkey. The place which was, that big. And so she's 20, in her 20s. We'll leave it at that, okay? Old enough to make me a grandfather, but yet smart enough to not. Thank you for that, honey. And so happy birthday to her. And also happy birthday to a friend of mine who occasionally listens. She was on the radio back during my Max FM days, and Cindy Crawford. All you guys might be friends with her. So go on her page real quick and wish her a happy birthday, because her birthday's today. And thank you to everybody who wished my daughter a happy birthday. So people are starting to check in. Make sure you drop some comment. Make sure that you like or you dislike or you laugh or you do whatever you want to do, whatever the emoji is. Make sure that you do it so that we can move forward with this. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready. The people are ready. All right, let's roll. The topic: beginning song lyrics that just grab you. And so I'm going to start, and I got them all over the place, man. I got some where I wrote the lyrics, some where I didn't. I want you guys, once you hear a couple of these and you start to figure out what I'm talking about and how what the topic is, I want you guys to throw in the song whose opening lyrics grab you. And let me tell you, they're going to be all over the place. Like this one, we're going to start with. You ready? From 1972. It's a classic. It's a Motown classic. It's by The Temptations, and it's Papa Was a Rolling Stone. So think about it. You got that bass line, right? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Then the lyrics come in, right? It was the 3rd of September. That day I'll always remember. Yes, I will. Because that was the day that my daddy died. Now tell me, you hear that that doesn't draw you in. It does, right? You hear it and you're like, wow, wait a minute. What happened? I got to figure out. And then they follow it up, right? With I never got a chance to see him. Never heard nothing but bad things about him. Mama, I'm depending on you to tell me the truth. And Mama just hung her head and shame says, son, Papa was a rolling. But you see how the opening lyrics drag you in a little bit, right? You hear that beginning, you're like, what's going on? I got to check this out. And you pay attention. And, of course, the music plays the most wonderful background to it. So that's the one I'm opening with. I think you guys got the gist of it, right? So make sure that now you get to put in your song. Hopefully I'll know it. And if I know it, I'm going to, we'll see what it looks like, all right? Next one. And this was going out to my buddy Bob. This is Rush off the 1980 album Permanent Waves, and it's The Spirit of the Radio. And this song, the opening lyrics, describe me as a young boy wanting to get into radio. I mean, the words were perfect. They're not word. The words are perfect in describing how I was and what music meant to me as a young man, right? As a young boy. Beginning the day with a friendly voice, in comparison intrusive. Playing that song that's so elusive, and the magic music makes your morning mood. And that's it. Playing that song with a friendly voice, right? That morning radio guy. This is back in the day, understand? But it was that morning guy that gets you off on a good start, a good way. You're ready. You're ready to attack the world. And they're playing the songs that are helping you set the mood for your day. That was the DJ I wanted to be when I was on 96X and on Max FM. I wanted to be that voice. I wanted to be that guy who helped you move along with your day. Todd, what's up, baby? Todd's here. Want to say what's up to him? Make sure, if you guys are looking for some amazing artwork, make sure that you link up with Todd. Okay, he's gonna have some of his stuff that you can see on his page and whatnot. But he's an incredible artist. So I want to give a shout out to Todd. But anyway, going back to The Spirit of Radio, it described me. And that's what I'm talking about when I sit here and I talk about these opening lyrics, how they're meaningful to you. They paint a picture. That one painted the picture of me as a kid, envisioning myself as a DJ, playing that song that got you smiling, that got you happy, got you tapping your feet, made the ride into work that much more bearable. Great song. So I'm going back to 1957 for this one. Okay, this one is a classic. I'm not going to even tell you who it is or what the song is, but I guarantee you, if you're older than 25, you're going to know it. Older than 30. I'm going to give you 30, okay? The warden threw a party in the county jail. The prison band was there, they began to wail. The band was jumping and the joint began to swing. You should have heard that. You should have heard that knocked out jailbird sing. Let's rock. Everybody in the hotel block was dancing to the jailhouse rock. 1957 Elvis Presley would, again, there's that painted picture, right? And those are the kind of, oh, Todd, I'm going to get to that one. I'm going to get to that one, Todd. But that's what I'm talking about, right? You get this picture, these guys in jail, and you know what I get with that picture? And of course, what happened to later on. But I get Johnny Cash when he's in San Quentin. His band starts rocking, and the people going nuts. They're having fun, you know. They're in jail, but they're having fun. Jailhouse Rock. You can't. That's what I'm talking about. So I want you guys now to start throwing in some songs with those opening lyrics that really are going to get people going. Okay, and right here, I'm looking it up, so I make sure that I make sure that I get the right lyrics. It's a Chris. It's I believe it's Christopher Cross, right? See, yep, Christopher Cross, Ride Like the Wind. There he goes. See if you guys remember. It is the night, my body's weak. No, I'm on the run, no time to sleep. I got to ride like the wind to be free again. That music, along with the beginning of that song, with that music, it just kicks right in, right? And again, it sets that picture, right? This guy's telling you, it's nighttime. He's weak, he's tired, but he's on the run. He ain't got time to sleep, right? He's got to ride like the wind to be free again. See, it sets it up. John, what's up, baby? He's giving me an immigrant song. All right, I'm going to look it up. Okay, I got a bunch of songs here, by the way, that are ready. But if you guys are going to give me some good stuff, I'm just going to look them up and go on here. Remember, the topic is opening lyrics, right? And if I can sing them, I'm gonna. It might not be, the best thing for you guys, but, I think it'll be all right. Okay. Immigrant song by Led Zeppelin. And then it says, what is this, like we come from the land of the ice and snow, from the midnight sun where the hot springs blow. The hammer of the gods will drive our ships to new land to fight the horde, singing and crying, Valhalla, I am coming. You know that song, by the way, Zeppelin, 1970, that song, if I'm correct, was never on an album. That song was released as a single, if I'm correct. Honey. So the wife hit me with something, and you know that I have no choice. I have to do the wife's song. And she knows how I feel about Smashing Pumpkins. But I got to do it for her. So what, Todd? Todd's got an immigrant song story, but involves illicit substances. What is this? AA meeting or NA meeting? Go ahead, throw it in there, man. And you can throw in a Cure song, so long as I know it, I'll do it. Or we can at least talk about it. All right, honey. Let me find these lyrics here. Okay. And everybody knows the beginning of Bullet with Butterfly Wings, Smashing Pumpkins. The world is a vampire set to drain. Secret destroyers hold you up to the flames. That's it. I don't know enough of this song. And then for what I do, for my pain, betrayed desires and a piece of the game. I don't know. I'm not a big I'm not a big Smashing Pumpkins fan, but a lot of people actually brought that one up to me. And I think it's just really because of that first line, the world is a vampire. Everybody knows that line. Johnny Johnson is here, and he's saying, peaches, fuck the pain away. I couldn't even begin to know what that is. I don't know who Peaches is. Is it a girl? Is it a boy? Is it a band? You stumped me with that one. And then Todd is hitting us up with some Cure, which I expected, by the way, Todd. I expected it. So let's see what we got here for Fascination Street. And I'm not gonna know every song by heart. So if I have to look it up, you know, then I gotta do. So here's the opening lines of Fascination Street. Oh, it's opening time down on Fascination Street. So let's cut the conversation and get out for a bit, because I feel it all fading and painting, and I'm begging to drag you down with me. It's pretty interesting. Johnny Johnson. Fuck the pain away. Sucking on my titties while you're calling me. All right. There you go. Yeah, Fascination Street. All right. Thank you for that, Todd. And yeah, that's a little interesting there. Johnny. Let's see. Now, you know that one. I don't know if I know that one. I might have lived that one. Shut the fuck up. Go ahead, hit the like. You know what? If you hit the dislike on that, that's fine too. So long as you guys are registering there. Okay. There's a bunch of Johnny Cash songs that could really fit in here. A whole lot of them. But this one is one that I felt that I had to add. Now, a lot of you might not know this song. Okay. But it's probably one of my favorite Johnny Cash songs. From 1972. It's called Sunday Morning Coming Down. Well, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. And the beer I had for breakfast wasn't bad, so I had one more for dessert. Then I fumbled in my closet through my clothing and found my cleanest dirty shirt. Then I washed my face and combed my hair and stumbled down the stairs to meet today. That there is not one guy, and I only say guy because I don't know if women can relate to that feeling. Yep, Chris Christopherson did write that, Todd. But there's not one guy who hasn't gone through some heartache in his life that can't relate to that song. And one day I'm gonna do like the best choruses. Maybe I'll do it next week, maybe not. But that's got one of the best choruses also, along with a great setting a picture, right? Because that's what that song is doing. It you know, again, you know, where is it? Oh, I woke up Sunday morning with no way to hold my head that didn't hurt. Tell me that you haven't been out there where you drank too much to forget something, to forget a person, to forget some pain that you're going through. Maybe you lost a job. What's up, Brian? Maybe you lost a job. Maybe someone passed away. Maybe someone broke up with you, right? And you went out and you did a little too much of it, right? Had one too many, one shot too many, one drink too many, and you wake up the next day and you automatically regret what you did the night before. And when I'm talking about drinking or drugs, whatever your particular flavor is, right? And so what do you do? Hair of the dog as soon as you wake up, right? You have a beer, it goes down pretty smooth. You have another one, and then you just grab clothes. You know, he says closet, could be a pile on the floor, could be on your couch, on the corner of your bed. You just look for the cleanest thing, right? Wash up your face and go out to start the day. That song, again, Sunday Morning Coming Down, for those of you who don't know it, and Chris got it right. I mean, Todd got it right. Chris Christopherson wrote that song. Incredible songwriter, and country artist. He wrote quite a few songs. I believe he does a version of that song too, which is just heartbreaking because of his gravelly voice that he has. So definitely go check it out. All right, guys, for those of you who just checking in, tuning in, thank you very much. If you're hitting that like button or that dislike button or just the reaction button, so I know that you're here. What we're doing today is opening lyrics. Those opening lyrics to songs that just pull you in, that grab you, that you can't resist. And the next one that I'm going to do, I don't even have the lyrics written. But then again, I don't need them because this is one of my favorite songs of all time. It's from the early 70s. It's a one-hit wonder. And the group is King Harvest. And the song is Dancing in the Moonlight. What's up, Ike? We get it almost every night. When that moon is big and bright, it's supernatural delight. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight. That song brings me back to my youth and hanging out in the streets of New York. My father playing dominoes with his friends. My mother hanging out with the other old ladies from the block, sitting there gossiping. The kids out in the street playing various games. Right? I'm doing good. I'm doing good, man. The sounds of music are in the air. A nice breeze coming down the block. It's amazing for what is normally a depressing, horrible existence. That song captured the magic of growing up in the city during the 70s and the early 80s. When with all the bad that was going on, there was still magic to have happen. There was still joy to be found. There was so much that was still positive. So I love that song. Ask if you guys ever meet my wife, you can ask her about it. That song gets on, I start doing this. We get it almost. I close my eyes and the rhythm takes me, and those words just fill my soul with every positive memory I ever had of a summer growing up in the city. So, Dancing in the Moonlight, King Harvest. If you get a chance, make sure you check that out. Brian, off the I believe that's off the Kilroy Was Here album with Sticks and Too Much Time. Too much time on my hands, right? Yeah, I'm sitting on the bar, still talking like a damn fool. Got the 12 o'clock news blues. Yeah, it's a good start, right? He's letting you know where he is. He's just yapping, and he's he's just there. It's one of those things. A lot of us have been there. We're hanging out at some place. He sets it up at a bar, right? And he's yapping, and it's almost like he's looking at himself, right? So it's almost stepping out of your body. Yes, honey, we have danced in the moonlight to it. Don't be telling any honey, stop it. Okay, I come across here working real hard to be an ass, and then you tell little sweet things like that, and now honey, shh. I can't I can't have you do that to me, honey. Please. So, Brian, let me get back to you before my wife throws more stuff up there that makes me look like a freaking vag. So that song, Too Much Time on My Hands, it's like he's singing, stepping out of his body and looking at him, right? Right. So yeah. So he's sitting on a bar stool. He's in a bar, right? And he's yapping with his buddies. And and the 12 o'clock news blues. So it's almost like he's it's almost like he's yapping about the crap of the day. You know? And so it starts to set up almost what it is. There's a lot of this is one of those songs that I wish I could that I could keep talking about. You know, because I this is where I want to dissect lyrics. And it's a great song to do that too. Todd says music is what keeps me going. I pretended to be a rock star for a bit, but without music, I wouldn't be who I am. Don't say you pretended. Todd Owens, for those of you who don't know, was part of a band called the Bottle Babies, local band over in the Hampton Roads area. They've been around for a minute, and let me tell you, Todd is awesome. He's a pint-sized powerhouse, man. He's 2'8" and like Mighty Mouse, he comes out swinging. Incredible artist, but a great performer. So if they ever, every now and then they open up the geriatric home and the guys come out of the home and they'll throw a reunion together. So if you get a chance to check them out, definitely do that. Let's see what else we got here before I get to Ike saying all I can say is Sonic Reducer. No clue. Put on the body armor and pull out the wiffle ball bat. Johnny, I don't want to know. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to know. Brian, it also has the best line too. You know what? I wanted to mention that and I didn't because it's in the middle. But I'll be damned, right? The line in that song, "Too Much Time on My Hands," is what made me want to discuss like the whole song is. I got dozens of friends and the fun never ends. That is as long as I'm buying. And it's that song is too. It has a lot of meanings to me, but the two most important is that he's got people want to hang around him because he's the one who's buying, right? But are they hanging around him because he's buying, or is he buying to get them to hang around him? Because he's got too much time on his hands. He's got nothing going on. So, yeah, I always loved that line in that. I saw you sing "Game Over" at the Northern Body Armor and a wiffle ball. Okay, Johnny. Now I know what he's talking about. He's talking about when I was on the radio and myself and a guy named Scott, who is also known as his radio handle was Mustache, and we did we were a rap group called VDG, Virginia Dude Gangsters, and we did a song called "Game Over," and we performed at the Norva, one of the biggest concert venues of its size in the nation, and we performed twice. One time we killed it, the other time not so bad. Not so much, I should say. And we did open up for Kevin Federline. Bucket list. All right. Let's move on here. Let's see. Oh, here's a great one right here. And this song right here comes from a master storyteller, from the country music genre, right? It's a song by the late great Kenny Rogers, and it's "The Gambler." On a warm summer evening, on a train bound for Norway, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window in the darkness till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. That's a great opening verse. It's lines that capture you, right? He sets you up. He gives you the visual, right? You close your eyes and you hear him singing, right? He's sitting there on a freaking train, bored off his ass, looking out the window. Across from him is this other guy sitting there, bored off his ass, looking out the window. Right? And then, they're just so freaking bored. They just start talking to each other. Right? And the next verse, it's hard to talk about opening verses without being dragged into the rest of the song. Because if the song hits you with the opening verse just right, hey, what's up, Michelle? How you doing, honey? If the song hits you just right, it makes you want to go to the next verse, right? So like that song by Kenny Rogers, right? So the last line is right. Till boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. Then the next line, right, is he says, son, I've made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice. So you see how that opening lyric drug you in. Please send me a message, honey, when you get a chance, so we can talk about it when I'm done with this. And make sure because I don't see you too often that you hit the reaction button, Michelle. Let me know that you were here when I go back and check to see all the people who don't comment or anything. And for everybody else too. And what's up, Joe? Hit the reaction, like, dislike, laugh, heart emoji, angry emoji. I don't care. Just hit a reaction. Let me know that you were here. But again, as we go back and we talk about that opening lyric and how it drags you in, you want to know what comes next. You want to, because the song drags you that way. And that's what makes it it makes it wonderful. Right? Here's another one, and this is one. It's a rock song, so I know a lot of you are gonna like that, right? It's a song by a grunge band. I'm doing good, Joe. I'm doing good, man. I hope you're doing good too. I'm gonna be seeing Danny soon, by the way, at the Sienna 35th reunion. So I don't know if you make your way up there, but if you do, I'd love to hang up. To hang out with you, Navy brothers. So we need to make sure that we catch up soon. So here it is, grunge song, right? It's I think this is probably one of the songs that to me gave me the biggest visual of any of the grunge era songs. Ready? Okay, you guys ready? Ain't found a way to kill me yet. Eyes burn with stinging sweat. Seems every path leads me to nowhere. Wife and kids, household pet. Army green was no safe bet. The bullets screamed to me from somewhere. Right? And then come to snuff the rooster, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, you guys get, again, this is a song, and it carries actually a lot more meaning now. What's up, Joe? Good to see, good to have you back, man. We missed you the other week. But again, you hear the opening lyrics to that song, the Rooster, right? And when that song came out, and I got a year when that song came out. No, I don't. But when that song came out, they were talking about pretty much Vietnam era guys, right? But I'll be damned if that song doesn't have a lot of meaning right now. To my era, right? That post 9/11 era, right? That Gulf War era. Guys who were out there, who are out in the desert and were doing some things, right? A lot of them who didn't come back. But I mean, that's what it's about. It's about the sacrifices that you made while you were out there. What a wonderful, wonderful song. And again, opening lyrics that paint a picture, you know, which is just an amazing, it's an amazing picture that it gives you. And that's what great opening lyrics do for you. So I see you guys keep throwing them in here. I'm going to keep looking for ones that I got. You guys, okay. Here's another one, and this one, this is, it's amazing how many of these songs, really for me, that's not the opening. Oh wait, no, yeah, it is. Joe's giving us Werewolf from London. I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand. I don't know if that was the opening, but you know what? Let me go do this one because I just called this one up, and then we're gonna go back to see that. So this one, right? Allman Brothers, 1969. I want you, the name of the song, for those of you who don't know, is called Whipping Post. I want you guys to tell me if you can't feel this song is probably one of the best examples of modern day blues. Okay. I've been run down, I've been lied to, and I don't know why I let that mean woman make me out a fool. She took all my money, wrecked my new car, and now she's with one of my good time buddies. They're drinking in some crosstown bar, and sometimes I feel like I've been tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post. Tied to the whipping post. Good Lord, I feel like I'm dying. I mean, there it is. What do they say about the blues? You lose everything, right? There he is right there telling you he's lost everything. John, what's up, man? Yeah, you know what? I'm glad that you're here because all of this has just been warming up for you, baby. But yeah. Tied to the whipping post, the Allman Brothers. That opening sets you up, doesn't it? And that's exactly what these songs do, man. Is the opening song, the opening lyrics drag you in. They paint a picture. They get you ready for the song. And that's why I'm just mentioning, some of these. You guys are giving me some great ones. And again, let's make sure that you guys hit the like button, the reaction button. As soon as I remember to call it the reaction button, then I can stop saying it's the like, because I don't care if you hit the like or the dislike or anything else, as long as you let me know that you're here. You let me know that you're tuning in, and you let me know that you're having a good time, because that's what it's all about. This next song that I'm going to do, it's a 1971 song by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. And this one is talking about a real life event, right? That happened. For those of you who don't know what happened in 1971, it was what they call the Kent State Massacre. Joe, we'll talk about that one here because that's another good one. But it's a 1971 Kent State Massacre where some National Guards were sent for student protests. Things went down, and 4 students were killed, right? So became a big issue. This was a big protest song, and it's and and it's Ohio by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, 1971, right? 10 soldiers and Nixon coming. We're finally on our own. This summer I hear the drumming for dead in Ohio. There you go, right? Again, that picture that's painted, that's letting you know what the hell's going on. Great song. If you guys get a chance to look it up, Ohio, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. So what are the people giving us? Again, so Joe's got a great one, right? All Along the Watchtower is the one he's got, right? Bobby Dylan is the one who wrote it, and of course Hendrix did the cover that most people know, right? There must be some kind of way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. There's too much confusion. I can't get no relief. Businessmen, they drink my wine. Plowmen dig my earth. None will level on the line. Nobody offered his word. All Along the Watchtower. Some lines or some opening lyrics can really come down to one or two lines, right? That one sentence. There must be some kind of way out of here, said the Joker to the thief. Right there. It's putting you in a space, isn't it? And of course the music, especially Hendrix's version of it, sets it up perfectly if you listen. And John, another one line that if you were brought up in the 80s or the 90s where they're still playing 80s songs were heavily still in rotation. Josie's on a vacation far away. That's all I got to sing, right? You guys know. You guys know that's the outfield. I just want to use your love tonight. Your Love was the name of the song. That came out like 84, 85, 86, somewhere around my senior year. My senior year being 85. But that was all you needed to sing. And everybody would jump right in. And nobody remembers the second, Come on in and talk it over. So many things that I want to say. I love my girls a little bit older or bolder. I don't know, but we always said older. Then I just want to use your love tonight. Okay. So Joe has a great song, and he's right. It was banned, and it was done by Napoleon XIV. It came out in the late 60s, maybe 67, 68. Novelty song, and what's great is that it's this tambourine and this drumming beat, right? And then he goes. The singer goes right into, right? Remember when you ran away and I got on my knees and begged you not to leave because I'd go berserk? Well, you left me anyhow, and then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind. And they're coming to take me away, ha ha ha. They're coming to take me away, ho ho, hee ha. Hee ha ha, to the funny farm where life is beautiful all the time, and I'll be happy to see those nice young men in their clean white coats, and they're coming to take me away. Ha ha! Love that song. That's a great song. It was banned because it was. I think it was banned because it was making fun. People felt that it was disrespectful, making fun of mental illness. Is what I believe it is why it was banned. It was banned for the. I can't see where it says it was banned. But yeah, he wrote it about his son. I didn't know that. I know that at the end, you think he's talking about a woman who left him, and but reality is talking about his dog. And the last line is is something to the effect of when he puts him in the ASPCA, you mangy mutt, and that's when you find out that his dog ran away and it drove him crazy. But it's a great song. It's a novelty classic. If you ever listen to Dr. Demento, it's a song that had ended up on his the top of his Funny Five for years. Every year, that song would end up on there. Now, not every song here you're gonna know, obviously, but the whole thing is for the song to draw you in, right? And this one tells a great story about a child who's a product of a biracial marriage and what she went through. Now, the biracial, well, here you go. I'll tell you, right? The song, by the way, is a 1973 song by Cher. It's called Half Breed, right? My father married a pure Cherokee. My mother's people were ashamed of me. The Indians say that I was white by law. The white man always called me Indian squaw. So right there, she's setting up this picture for you, right? Of this person who is biracial, right? She's half Cherokee, she's half Caucasian. We don't know. She's half something else. Well, yeah, white. That white man by law. So we're gonna assume that the father was a Caucasian. You know what his descendant is doesn't matter. But there, she's caught between these two worlds, right? And this was a big deal back then because you didn't have too many or won't say you didn't have too many biracial children. You had plenty of them, but it wasn't as common as it is today, right? So today it's much more accepted than it was back in the day, and she's telling you, right? She's being rejected by both sides, and you know the words are incredible because as she gets down to the the chorus, right? It goes half breed. That's all I ever heard. Half breed. How I learned to hate the word. Half breed. She's no good, they warned. Both sides were against me since the day I was born. Imagine having that feeling. And if you're biracial, you might have had that feeling, right? Where neither side wants to claim you, right? Too white to be black or Native American or Latin American or whatever, right? But you're too black or Latin American or Native American to be white. It sets up a dynamic inside of you where you don't know who you belong to, and neither side really wants to claim you. That was really prevalent back then. Again, we've really moved on with that. A lot of biracial couples, a lot of biracial children. So it's not as prevalent as it was. The anger and the alienation, though it's still out there. Let's not overlook it. Still out there. Great song, by the way. This is right after Sonny and Cher broke up, by the way. Or maybe right before they broke up. Let's see. Gave you Elvis. Keep coming up with some stuff for me to look up, guys. And I'm trying to look through my list. I kind of flew through a lot of these already, which is great. As to share, King Harvest. Oh, this song right here, and there's been a lot of country, which for me, I'm glad, because my stick is rock. That's what I know. Okay, that's my wheelhouse. I mean, I know a lot of country. I know a lot of oldies. I know a lot of different types of music. But one of the things I cut my chops on was country when I was growing up. My mother was a big country and western fan, and so I grew up on things like Marty Robbins. Okay, Johnny Cash, Marty Robbins, who, by the way, El Paso, great opening, right? Out in the West Texas town of El Paso, I fell in love with a Mexican girl. Nighttime would find me at Rosie's Cantina. The music would play and Rosita, is that it? Right? Would twirl. Dark as the night with the eyes of Rosita. Anyway, you guys get it, right? Again, there it is. It's picturing this guy in this town who would go to this bar and see this woman dancing and fall, and you can tell he's falling in love with her. So there's that one. Joel throws up here Copperhead Road. I was talking with a buddy of mine named Chad. And Chad, if you're on here, man, make sure that you say hi. And he brought this one up too, Copperhead Road by Steve Earle. And I know the song. I just don't know the cadence to be able to sing it. But Joel provides me with the lyrics, so I'm going to read them. Well, my name's John Lee Pentmore, same as my daddy and his daddy before. You hardly ever saw granddaddy down here. He'd only come to town about twice a year. He'd buy 100 pounds of yeast and some copper lime. Everybody knew that he made moonshine. Now the revenue man wanted granddaddy bad, headed up the holler with everything he had. Before my time, well, I've been told he never came back from Copperhead Road. Now, what he's setting up there, for those of you who don't understand the nuance of that, he's talking about his dad made moonshine, and up in the mountains, and my wife could definitely tell you about this stuff, even though she likes to pretend she doesn't know. She's from Kentucky, and she's got. I know, honey, I know you got family who had some stills up in the mountain. I know you do, honey. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to turn you in. But people would go up in the mountains and would produce moonshine, white lightning, Mountain Dew, all kinds of great names that they gave it, right? Well, when they talk about the revenuers, they talk about the feds who were looking to shut down the stills because it was illegal. Well, I don't know if you know about those mountain people, but if you go up there, sticking your nose where it don't belong, just like it says, you don't come back. So it's a great song. I just don't know the cadence of it. I know the song, and I actually love it, but it's just one of those I can't sing. And then Joe goes on to say, Marty definitely was king, Marty Robbins, and Roger Miller, who paints another great picture, right? Life on the road, specifically as a guy who rides the rails, who rides trains, a hobo, right? Trailers for sale or rent, rooms to let 50 cents. No no town, no. Oh my God, something. No town, no. I ain't got no cigarettes, all but 2 hours of pushing broom buys a 8 by 12 4 bedroom, something like that. I'm a man of means by no means, king of the road. Um, again, if I'm messing up the lyrics, I don't have them handy, but King of the Road is just a great song that paints a picture for you. You know, especially later on, he goes, "I know every engineer on every train, and all of their children, and all of their names." And every handout in every town, and every lock that ain't locked but no one's around. I've seen trailers for it. The opening that opening verse sets you up, right, to tell you something that's going to drag you in, and that's what these songs are all about. Every one of them gives you that beginning that makes you want to stay for more. Okay, good lyrics. They tell a story. They paint a picture. And they drag you in. Music, of course, uh, and we could talk. And one of the things that my buddy Chad and I and a few people talked about last night was uh, music entries and intros. And we're gonna do a show on intros. We'll do a show on outros. We'll do a show on verses. I mean, on the chorus, because all of those are important elements of the song, and all of those, there are songs that have those elements that drag you, right? There are endings, and just as an example, I'll give you an outro ending. "Perfect Strangers" by Deep Purple, where always that dun 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 dun, and then there's a drum fill, and it just carries on like that. "Don't Change" by NXS is another one that has that outro. But we're going to be doing that in the future. Right now, what we're doing is intro lyrics, and I want you guys to give me some more songs. Right, we got 20 minutes before I wrap this thing up. I love you guys when you participate. I really do. When you throw out songs there and you throw out content, and it lets me know that I'm looking at you, and it's the best I can do, since if this was a radio show, you guys would be calling in, and we would be discussing it, and that was part of when I was on radio that I loved. I loved interacting with my audience, and those of you guys who used to hear me, you know that when you called me, I was always excited to talk to you guys, and so I'm excited to interact with you here. So keep on giving me some suggestions. Keep on hitting the reactions so that I know that you guys are there. Let me and it's funny that as I think Southern Rock, right? And I just said how and I just said how country has a some of the best storytelling, right? Well, so does Southern Rock, which of course has country roots, right? So if I could spell this right, here's another one that'll get a lot of you know the minute and again, I'm not going to bother to tell you I'm not going to tell you the band, because you'll know exactly who it is the minute I start singing. So they are. I'll give you some hints though. They are Southern Rock legends. They are out of Jacksonville, Florida. Though one of their biggest hits, if not their biggest hit, has to deal with a whole different state that borders Florida, Alabama. Of course, I'm talking about who? You know who I'm talking about, Leonard Skinner, right? And the song, well, "If I leave here tomorrow, would you still remember me? For I must be traveling on now, 'cause there's too many places I've got to see. But if I stay here with you, girl, things just couldn't be the same. Come on, everybody, sing it at home. I want to hear. I want to hear you sing it. Sing it, come on, 'cause I'm as free as a bird now. And this bird you cannot change. Whoa, and this bird you cannot change. It's change. I always thought it was chain, which didn't make sense because you don't chain a bird. You cage a bird, but you can't change it, right? So let's see what so again, free bird painting this picture, right? This person who can't this picture of this guy wants to be with her. He wants to stay, but he can't. He can't. He's not made to stay in one place. Joel, this is Puddle of Mud, isn't it? She fucking hates me. It's met a girl, thought she was grand, fell in love, found out firsthand, went well for a week or two, then it all came in a trip I can't grip. I don't, never thought I'd be the one who slipped. Then I started to realize I was living one big lie. She fucking hates me. Yeah, Puddle of Mud. I've lived that song. I've lived that song with two ex-wives. So yeah, I get that song. And I'm sure some of you guys have felt that too. You thought, and you know what? I'm sorry, ladies, because I'm sure you've felt that too. You thought you met the perfect one, and then all of a sudden, it's out there. It goes out there. And we can relate. A lot of these kinds of songs are written from a guy's perspective, but you know what? Women go through their share. Matter of fact, let's see if you guys here's a song from a woman's perspective. The song 1975, big hit for the band Heart, right? Cold late night, so long ago, when I was not so strong, a pretty man came to me. I never seen eyes so blue. I could not run away. It seemed we'd seen each other in a dream. Seemed like he knew me. He looked right through me. Yeah. This is a song about a woman who gets enamored with a man. The man almost hypnotizes her. Those right there. Where is it? You knew I could not run. It seemed we seen each other in a dream. Seemed like he knew me. He looked right through me. Sometimes in an opening, in an opening verse, you get a line that stands out, and regardless of the setup, the one line is the one line everybody can connect with, and well, this is written from a woman's perspective, right? Seemed like he knew me. He looked right through me. Guys, we've been there. Guys don't like to admit this kind of stuff where they connect with a woman. They connect with a partner. Let me not, but you connect with somebody. And when we talk about them looking through you, it's we all wear masks, right? At the beginning, we all put up a wall at the beginning. When we meet somebody, we're all a little guarded, right? But we've all met that person that looked like that when you've connected with them, it's like they look right through the mask, they look right through the wall, and they look right into you. And that could be very alluring. It could be very It could pull you in. It can take you by surprise. It can make you put your guard down really fast. And that's when and that's when stuff happens. You know, that's when you're like, holy shit, what the hell happened to me? And that's it's one of the reasons I love that song, though. That there are other songs, of course everybody knows Barracuda. I'm not going to go into that one. I'm looking for a particular. Here you go. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. Ready? and this is again. I love saying the words. It's a classic, because some of these songs are classic. Right? She packed my bags last night, pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife. It's lonely out in space on such a timeless flight. Rocket Man, right? And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket Man, running out of fuel up here alone. There were some real prominent songs back in the early 70s that dealt with space travel. That the two that come right to mind, Rocket Man and Space Oddity by David Bowie, right? Ground control to Major Tom. Ground control to Major Tom. Take your protein pill and put your helmet on. It's setting the picture, right? Again, you keep hearing me say that throughout this entire show. Setting the picture, setting the mood, setting the vibe, getting you ready for what's to come. And that's what good songs do right from the get. And it's one of the reasons I love this. I love this topic. I love this list. I love that you guys keep contributing and keep throwing up some stuff out there to help get me through the last 9 minutes. Let me see if I still have the list that brought this up, and I'll mention a couple from that list if I still have it. Damn it, I don't. Let's go with let me see. You know what? Let me give these last couple minutes to you guys. If any of you guys could think of a song real quick, throw up there that you think is something that that opening lyric sets it up. I got one more for you. Another one-hit wonder, 1970s, by a group called Blues Image. And the name of the song is Ride Captain. It's Ride Captain Ride. Here it goes. And again, picture it as you hear the words, right? 73 men sailed up from the San Francisco Bay, rolled off of the ship, and here's what they had to say. We're calling everyone to ride along to another shore where we can laugh our lives away and be free once more. These guys who are coming in, you're stuck in this mundane life. And here these guys show up and they want to take you away to adventure. They want to take you away from all of this dull and drudgery and insane stuff. And then the follow-up, right? But no one heard them calling. No one came at all. They were too busy watching those old raindrops fall. As the storm was blowing out on the peaceful sea, 73 men sailing off to history. Tell me that's not just a wonderful setup, right? These guys come in. Come on, let's go. Let's do this adventure. Let's live your life, man. And people get caught up in their dreary world, in their sad world, their pathetic world. No. And they're like, okay, man, we did everything that we could. We got to go. And they go right back out, right? And I always love one of the things I love about those one-hit wonders of the 70s is it always set up this incredible vision, right? Before MTV, these songs, you could picture them. You could picture them in your head. And I'm looking for one more. I'm gonna give you one more, and then we'll wrap it up here. Make sure that before you guys go, that you hit that like, hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, angry emoji, happy emoji, laugh, whatever it is. But make sure that you hit it. Let me know that you were here. And let me leave you with this last one. From 1972. Again, these wonderful one-hit wonders from the 70s. There's a port on a western bay, and it serves 100 ships a day. Lonely sailors pass their time away and talk about their homes. There's a girl in this harbor town, and she works laying whiskey down. They say, Brandy, fetch another round. She serves them whiskey and wine. What a wonderful setup, right? I think as soon as I hear that, I think of New England, cold blustery day, a bunch of sailors with their oh my God, I forgot what I had in the hat one, with their peacoats on, right, and their watch caps, these wool hats that are down, and they go into a bar and they're drinking and they're loud and they're laughing, and there's this beautiful woman there who's serving them, and again, the lead up, right, to the chorus. The sailors say, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Yeah, your eyes could steal a sailor from the sea. You know, there's a girl. This girl who's in the middle of this crazy seafaring community. And she's the one. She's the one who could take away, who could steal a sailor from the sea. Period. If you're a sailor, you know what that means. I know. The sea becomes your life. And here's this woman who's so amazing. She could take a sailor to turn his back on the sea. And again, that first verse sets you up perfectly. Those opening lines. And here, right from the beginning, there's a port on a western bay. So you're already getting the you're already getting the image. Now, to me, I think of a New England town, but Western Bay, you think of San Francisco, some along those lines, right? And it serves 100 ships a day. So it's telling you it's a port, and it's a busy port. right? Serves 100 ships a day. So there's people going in and out. It's busy, right? And then lonely sailors pass the time away and talk about their homes. These guys who go out to sea and spend days and spend weeks and months out to sea, they pull into this harbor town for a little bit of shore leave, and it switches it up, right? Because you would think they would be talking about drinking and about hooking up and all this shit. No, they talk about their homes. The sailors get together and they're talking about what's back at home. And then you get this girl Brandy, who works in this bar, and the way I always picture is there's something about her that makes them think of their loved one at home. Maybe it's her smile, maybe it's her eyes, maybe it's her laugh, maybe it's just the way she treats people. But the line, you could steal a sailor from the sea. It's not talking about for a night or a hookup. It's talking about a guy could leave it all behind to be with her because she's that kind of a woman. It's an amazing song. And I'm going to leave you with that one. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. You guys kind of died out there on the comments, so I don't know if you guys just wanted to hear it or we ended up falling to the background. My wife didn't come in to tell me that I lost the connection, so I guess I didn't. Anyway, I hope you guys have fun with this. I did get a lot of action, did get a lot of conversation. I'm always glad that you guys decided to spend a little bit of your Sunday with me. I know that there's a lot of other things that you could be doing, but it's wonderful for you guys to come here. Even if you're just dropping in to say hello, it means the world to me. Hopefully, I'm keeping you guys entertained. I'm keeping you guys singing and thinking about stuff. And even if you guys are just kind of twitching when you hear me sing, whatever it is, man, I'm glad that you guys are here. I will see you again next week. Again, happy birthday to Gabriella, my little monkey. A happy birthday to you, Cindy Crawford. Happy anniversary to my wife. I love you. And I will see you guys again next week. So until next week, take care. God bless. And to my children, don't forget Daddy loves you. Later, dudes.